The legend of King Arthur and the sword Excalibur is one of the most enduring tales of all time, a story of destiny, power, and the magic of a single, extraordinary artifact. But what if I told you that Excalibur is just one of many mythical objects that have captivated humanity for centuries? From ancient relics that grant unimaginable powers to mysterious talismans shrouded in legend, these artifacts are more than just stories. They're windows into the human imagination, symbols of hope, fear, and the eternal quest for meaning. Today, we're diving deep into the hidden histories of 25 legendary artifacts, each with its own unique power and story. Together, we'll explore how these objects have shaped cultures, inspired myths, and continue to fascinate us to this day. Whether it's a weapon wielded by gods or a treasure hidden by ancient civilizations, every artifact has a tale that blurs the line between history and legend. So, are you ready to uncover the secrets behind some of the most mysterious objects ever imagined? Let's begin this journey, one artifact at a time. Among the most revered and enigmatic artifacts in history, the Ark of the Covenant stands as a symbol of divine power and mystery. Described in the Hebrew Bible as a sacred chest crafted from acacia wood and overlaid with gold, it was said to house the stone tablets inscribed with the 10 Commandments given to Moses on Mount Sinai. But the Ark was far more than a mere container. It was believed to radiate an otherworldly energy capable of both immense protection and devastating destruction. According to ancient texts, it could part rivers, topple walls, and even strike down those who dared to mishandle it. This combination of sacredness and danger has captivated imaginations for millennia. The Ark's disappearance is one of history's greatest unsolved mysteries. After being housed in Solomon's temple in Jerusalem, it vanished from recorded history following the Babylonian invasion in the 6th century BC. Theories about its fate abound, ranging from the plausible to the fantastical. Some believe it was hidden deep beneath the Temple Mount, sealed away in secret chambers to protect it from invaders. Others claim it was smuggled to Ethiopia, where it allegedly resides in the Church of St. Mary of Zion in Axum, guarded by a single monk who claims to be its eternal protector. Then there are those who speculate it was taken by ancient priests to a remote location, perhaps even inspiring legends of lost treasures like the Holy Grail. The Ark's mystique has also permeated popular culture, most famously in the iconic film Raiders of the Lost Ark. In the movie, Indiana Jones races against Nazi forces to recover the Ark, only to discover its divine wrath is far beyond human control. This portrayal, while fictional, underscores the enduring fascination with the artifact as a bridge between the divine and the mortal realms. Whether seen as a historical relic, a religious symbol, or a source of supernatural power, the Ark of the Covenant continues to inspire awe and speculation. But as we leave behind the divine authority of the Ark, our next artifact takes us in a different direction toward the tantalizing promise of eternal life. This object, steeped in myth and legend, has been sought after by kings, alchemists, and adventurers alike, each hoping to unlock its secrets. What could it be? Stay with us as we uncover the story of the Philosopher's Stone, a relic tied not to divine power, but to the elusive dream of immortality. The Holy Grail. Few artifacts in history have captured the human imagination quite like this legendary cup. Said to have been used by Christ during the Last Supper, the Grail has become a symbol of divine grace, eternal life, and the ultimate quest for spiritual enlightenment. Its story begins in medieval literature, where it first appeared in tales of King Arthur and his knights. These stories painted the Grail as a sacred relic, one that could only be found by the purest of heart, setting the stage for centuries of fascination and speculation. But what exactly is the Holy Grail? Is it a physical object hidden away in some remote monastery or guarded by secret societies? Or is it something more abstract, a metaphor for the human soul's longing for connection with the divine? Theories about its existence are as varied as they are intriguing. Some believe it was smuggled to Europe by Joseph of Arimathea, while others suggest it lies hidden in the shadowy vaults of the Knights Templar. Modern interpretations have even linked it to ancient bloodlines and lost civilizations, adding layers of mystery to an already enigmatic artifact. Symbolically, the Grail represents more than just eternal life. It embodies the idea of a transformative journey. For knights and adventurers, the search for the Grail was never just about finding a cup. It was about proving one's worth, overcoming trials, and achieving a higher state of being. This theme of spiritual questing has resonated across cultures and eras, making the Grail a timeless symbol of humanity's search for meaning. As we ponder the Grail's elusive nature, it's worth considering what it reveals about our own desires. Why do we chase after the unattainable? What does it mean to seek something that might not even exist? These questions linger as we shift our focus to an artifact that stands in stark contrast to the Grail's promise of life, a relic that embodies not hope but destruction, and not enlightenment but a chilling reminder of mortality. The Spear of Destiny, also known as the Holy Lance, is one of history's most enigmatic and sought-after artifacts. According to legend, this spear was used by a Roman soldier to pierce the side of Jesus Christ during the crucifixion, imbuing it with profound spiritual significance. But its story doesn't end there. It's said that whoever possesses this sacred weapon gains the power to shape the fate of nations, even becoming invincible in battle. This tantalizing promise has drawn the attention of some of history's most ambitious figures, from the great medieval emperor Charlemagne to the infamous dictator Adolf Hitler. Charlemagne, the founder of the Holy Roman Empire, was rumored to have carried the Spear of Destiny into countless battles, attributing his victories to its divine protection. Centuries later, Hitler became obsessed with the artifact, believing it held the key to world domination. He reportedly seized it from a museum in Vienna, convinced that its supernatural powers would ensure his triumph. Yet, as history shows, even the spear's alleged invincibility couldn't shield him from defeat. Beyond its historical ties, the Spear of Destiny serves as a powerful symbol of both divine judgment and human ambition. It embodies the tension between sacred destiny and mortal desire, raising questions about the lengths people will go to claim power. Is it a tool of divine will, or does it reflect humanity's endless quest for control? The artifact's dual nature, both holy and cursed, continues to captivate and haunt those who delve into its mysteries. From the realm of divine relics, we now turn to an artifact deeply connected to the forces of nature. This next object harnesses the raw power of the elements, offering a stark contrast to the spear's spiritual weight. Its story intertwines with the natural world, revealing how ancient cultures sought to understand and master the Earth's primal energies. Few weapons in mythology carry the weight and power of Thor's hammer, Mjölnir. This legendary artifact is more than just a tool of destruction. It's a symbol of protection, authority, and divine might. In Norse mythology, Mjölnir was crafted not by the gods themselves, but by the masterful dwarven brothers Brokkr and Sindri. These skilled artisans forged the hammer in the heart of a volcanic furnace, creating a weapon so potent that even the gods marveled at its power. But Mjölnir wasn't just a weapon. It was a divine instrument capable of summoning thunderstorms, shattering mountains, and even bringing the dead back to life. For Thor, the god of thunder, it became an extension of his identity, a tool to defend Asgard and maintain cosmic balance. The hammer's significance goes beyond its physical abilities. In Norse culture, Mjölnir was seen as a protective talisman, often worn as an amulet to ward off evil spirits and bring good fortune. Its iconic shape, short-handled and impossibly heavy, became a symbol of Thor's strength and the resilience of the Norse people. Fast forward to modern times, and Mjölnir has taken on a new life in pop culture. From the Marvel Cinematic Universe, where it's wielded by Chris Hemsworth's Thor, to its resurgence in Viking-inspired tattoos and jewelry, the hammer continues to captivate audiences worldwide. It's a testament to how ancient myths can evolve, finding new relevance in our contemporary world. But while Mjölnir represents raw strength and the power to protect, not all mythical artifacts are about brute force. Some embody wisdom, foresight, and the ability to see beyond the present moment. And that brings us to our next artifact, one that shifts the focus from thunderous might to the quiet, enduring power of knowledge. Stay with us as we explore a tool that doesn't strike with force but illuminates with insight. Shifting our focus to the land of the rising sun, we encounter the legendary Mirror of Amaterasu, one of Japan's most revered artifacts. This sacred mirror, known as Yota no Kagami, is deeply intertwined with the sun goddess Amaterasu, a central figure in Shinto mythology. According to the myth, the world was plunged into darkness when Amaterasu, angered by her brother's actions, hid herself in a cave. The gods, desperate to restore light, crafted the mirror and used its brilliance to lure her back into the world. Its radiant surface not only symbolized the return of sunlight, but also became a powerful emblem of truth, clarity, and divine presence. In Shinto tradition, the Mirror of Amaterasu is more than just a mythological object, it's a sacred treasure, enshrined at the Eye's Grand Shrine, one of Japan's most important religious sites. It represents the connection between the divine and the mortal world, serving as a tool for reflection, both literal and metaphorical. The mirror's ability to reveal truth and dispel darkness resonates deeply in Japanese culture, where it is seen as a source of wisdom and spiritual insight. This concept of mirrors as conduits of truth and revelation isn't unique to Japan. Across cultures, mirrors have held a mystical allure, often associated with divination, protection, and even the soul. In ancient Egypt, mirrors were linked to the sun god Ra and used in rituals to reflect divine power. In Greek mythology, the mirror appears in the tale of Narcissus, symbolizing self-awareness and vanity. And in many traditions, mirrors are believed to reveal hidden truths or ward off evil spirits. The Mirror of Amaterasu stands as a testament to this universal fascination, embodying the idea that light and clarity can emerge even from the deepest shadows. As we reflect on the power of this artifact, it's impossible not to wonder about the mysteries that lie beyond the realm of light, the secrets hidden in the underworld. What artifacts might hold the key to understanding the mysteries of life and death? Stay with us as we journey into the darkness to uncover the next artifact, tied to the enigmatic forces of the afterlife. Moving from the realm of concealment to creation, let's explore one of Greek mythology's most fascinating artifacts, the Helm of Hades. Also known as the Cap of Invisibility, this legendary helmet was said to render its wearer completely unseen, a power that played a pivotal role in some of the most thrilling tales of ancient Greece. Imagine the advantage it gave to heroes like Perseus, who used it to evade the gaze of the Gorgon Medusa while undertaking his perilous quest. The helm wasn't just a tool for survival, it symbolized the allure of secrecy and the immense power that comes with remaining hidden, themes that continue to captivate us even today. Invisibility has always held a special place in storytelling, both in myths and modern narratives. From the Helm of Hades to the enchanted cloaks of fairy tales and the futuristic stealth tech of science fiction, the idea of disappearing from sight taps into something primal, our fascination with control, mystery, and the unknown. But the Helm of Hades wasn't just about hiding, it was also a symbol of divine authority, a gift from the god of the underworld himself. This duality of concealment and power makes it a compelling artifact that resonates across cultures and eras. Now, speaking of duality, let's shift our focus from an object that hides to one that brings things into the light. What if there was an artifact that didn't obscure but instead created, shaping the very fabric of existence? This brings us to our next artifact, a symbol of creation and transformation. The Philosopher's Stone stands as one of the most tantalizing and enduring mysteries in the history of alchemy. For centuries, seekers of knowledge and power pursued this legendary artifact, believing it held the secrets to transforming base metals like lead into gold, a process known as transmutation. But the stone's allure didn't stop there. It was also said to unlock the key to eternal life, offering its possessor immortality and unparalleled wisdom. This dual promise of wealth and eternal youth made it the ultimate prize for alchemists across the ages. The origins of the Philosopher's Stone can be traced back to ancient Egypt, where early alchemists experimented with natural elements, blending science, spirituality, and mysticism. These early practitioners believed that the stone was not just a physical object but a symbol of spiritual enlightenment, a bridge between the material and the divine. By the Middle Ages, the quest for the stone had spread across Europe, captivating the minds of scholars, philosophers, and even monarchs. Figures like Paracelsus and Isaac Newton dedicated years of their lives to uncovering its secrets, blending rigorous scientific inquiry with esoteric beliefs. The stone's influence extended far beyond the laboratories of alchemists. It became a powerful symbol in literature and art, representing humanity's endless pursuit of perfection and transcendence. From medieval manuscripts to modern novels like J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, this artifact has captured the imagination of countless generations. Its legacy even shaped the foundations of modern chemistry, as alchemical experiments laid the groundwork for scientific discoveries that followed. Yet, despite centuries of searching, the Philosopher's Stone remains shrouded in mystery. Was it ever real, or was it merely a metaphor for the transformative power of knowledge and self-discovery? The answer may lie somewhere in between, blending myth and reality into a story that continues to fascinate us today. As we ponder the allure of this earthly treasure, our journey now turns skyward to an artifact tied not to the ground beneath our feet, but to the heavens above, a symbol of celestial forces and cosmic power. In the vast tapestry of Aztec mythology, few artifacts capture the imagination quite like the Celestial Orbs. These enigmatic objects, believed to hold the very essence of the stars, were said to wield immense power over destiny itself. Imagine holding a fragment of the cosmos in your hands, a tool capable of shaping the paths of individuals and even entire civilizations. To the Aztecs, the Celestial Orbs weren't just objects of reverence. They were sacred instruments that bridged the earthly realm with the heavens above. At the heart of their significance lies a deep connection to Aztec cosmology. The Aztecs saw the universe as a delicate balance of forces, with the stars and planets playing a pivotal role in maintaining harmony. The Celestial Orbs were thought to channel this celestial energy, serving as conduits for the divine will of gods like Quetzalcoatl, the feathered serpent deity of wisdom and creation. Quetzalcoatl, often depicted as a bringer of knowledge and order, was said to have gifted these orbs to humanity as a means of understanding the cosmos and their place within it. But the allure of celestial artifacts isn't unique to the Aztecs. Across cultures and civilizations, humanity has looked to the stars for guidance, inspiration, and power. From the ancient Egyptians who aligned their pyramids with celestial bodies to the Chinese astronomers who mapped the heavens, the skies have always held a profound fascination. The celestial orbs of Aztec mythology are just one example of how humans have sought to harness the mysteries of the universe, weaving them into the fabric of their myths and legends. As we ponder the awe-inspiring power of these celestial relics, it's impossible not to wonder what other forces of nature might have inspired similar reverence. Perhaps no element is as untamed and unpredictable as the sea, a realm of boundless mystery and raw power. Could there be an artifact tied to the ocean's depths, holding sway over its tempestuous waves? Let's dive into the next chapter of our exploration to find out. From the depths of the ocean, we now turn our attention to one of the most iconic symbols of Greek mythology, the Trident of Poseidon. This three-pronged weapon isn't just a tool of power. It's a representation of the god of the sea's absolute authority over the waters. With a single strike of his trident, Poseidon could summon raging storms, calm turbulent waves, or even split the earth itself to create springs and islands. But the trident's significance goes far beyond its destructive potential. It's also a symbol of creation. In one of the most fascinating myths, Poseidon used his trident to strike a rock, and from it sprang the very first horse, a creature that would become revered in Greek culture for its strength and grace. This duality, destruction and creation, chaos and order, makes the trident a fascinating artifact that captures the complexity of Poseidon's character. Even today, the trident's influence lingers in maritime culture. It's a symbol of naval power, often appearing on flags, insignias, and even modern logos. Its three prongs are said to represent the three realms of water: the seas, the rivers, and the lakes, reminding us of the interconnectedness of all bodies of water. But the trident's legacy isn't confined to the past. It continues to inspire art, literature, and even pop culture, serving as a reminder of humanity's enduring fascination with the mysteries of the ocean. Now, as we leave the realm of water behind, let's shift our focus to an artifact that embodies the very opposite element: fire. Fire, like water, is a force of transformation. It can destroy, but it can also purify and renew. This brings us to our next artifact, one that carries the essence of flame and the power of metamorphosis, but more on that in just a moment. The eternal flame of Vesta was no ordinary fire. It was a sacred symbol of Rome's survival, a living testament to the empire's unyielding spirit. Tended by the Vestal virgins, priestesses chosen for their purity and dedication, this flame burned perpetually within the temple of Vesta in the Roman Forum. It was believed that as long as the fire blazed, Rome would thrive. But this was more than just a political or military talisman. It was a spiritual anchor deeply tied to the heart of Roman domestic life. The hearth in Roman culture was the center of family and community, a place of warmth, nourishment, and unity. The eternal flame mirrored this concept on a grand scale, representing not just the survival of the empire, but also the interconnectedness of its people. The Vestals performed daily rituals to maintain the fire, using it to bake sacred bread and purify offerings. Their role was so vital that harming them or allowing the flame to die was considered an omen of disaster. In fact, when the fire was accidentally extinguished, it was seen as a dire warning, and the Vestals would rekindle it using mirrors to focus sunlight, a process believed to restore divine favor. This artifact's power wasn't just in its physical presence, but in what it represented: continuity, protection, and the divine favor of Vesta, goddess of the hearth. Its story reminds us how ancient civilizations often tied their survival to symbols, using them as bridges between the human and the divine. And speaking of bridges, our next artifact takes us from the eternal flame to something equally mesmerizing: the enchanting power of music and the myth of an instrument said to hold sway over the very fabric of reality. The Lyre of Orpheus is no ordinary instrument. It's a relic steeped in the power to move not just mortals, but even the gods themselves. This ancient harp, crafted with divine skill, was said to possess a melody so enchanting it could soothe the fiercest beasts, calm raging storms, and even sway the hearts of those ruling the underworld. At the center of its legend lies the tragic tale of Orpheus, the gifted musician, and his love, Eurydice. When Eurydice was taken by death, Orpheus ventured into the realm of Hades armed only with his lyre. Its haunting notes softened the hearts of the underworld's rulers, granting him a chance to bring his beloved back to life. Though, as the story goes, even the most powerful magic couldn't prevent the cruel twist of fate that followed. But the Lyre of Orpheus isn't just a tool of persuasion. It's a profound symbol of art's ability to transcend boundaries. Through music, Orpheus bridged the gap between life and death, love and loss, hope and despair. It reminds us that art has the power to express what words cannot, to heal wounds, and to connect us to emotions that lie deep within. The lyre's strings resonate not just with sound, but with the universal language of human experience. And speaking of healing, the next artifact we'll explore carries a power even more extraordinary, one tied to renewal and the restoration of life itself. The Caduceus of Hermes, with its iconic intertwining serpents and golden wings, is one of the most recognizable symbols in mythology, and yet its meaning has shifted dramatically over time. In ancient Greece, this staff was the hallmark of Hermes, the swift-footed messenger of the gods and the patron of travelers, merchants, and thieves. The serpents, often seen as symbols of rebirth and balance, mirrored the duality of Hermes himself, a figure who bridged the realms of the divine and mortal, the living and the dead. The wings, of course, represented speed and communication, underscoring Hermes' role as the go-between for the gods. But how did this artifact, so deeply tied to commerce and travel, become a modern emblem of medicine? The answer lies in a fascinating mix of history and misunderstanding. While the Caduceus of Hermes is often confused with the rod of Asclepius, a staff with a single serpent associated with the Greek god of healing, it was the Caduceus that gained prominence in the United States during the 19th and 20th centuries. Military medical corps adopted it as their symbol, likely drawn to its striking imagery and the idea of Hermes as a protector. Over time, the Caduceus became synonymous with medicine, even though its original ties were to trade and negotiation. Today, it's a powerful reminder of how symbols can evolve, carrying layers of meaning that stretch far beyond their origins. But the Caduceus isn't just a story of transformation. It's also a testament to the enduring power of mythology to shape our world. From ancient marketplaces to modern hospitals, this artifact continues to inspire, bridging the gap between the past and present. And speaking of inspiration, our next artifact takes us into the realm of prophecy and foresight, where the lines between the future and the present blur in the hands of those who wield it. Among the most intriguing relics of ancient China are the oracle bones, artifacts that offer a fascinating glimpse into the spiritual practices of the Shang dynasty. These bones, often turtle shells or ox scapulae, were used as a medium for divination, a way for rulers and priests to communicate with the gods. Questions about harvests, wars, and royal decisions were carefully inscribed onto the bones, which were then heated until cracks formed. These cracks were believed to hold messages from the divine, interpreted by skilled seers. The inscriptions on these bones are some of the earliest examples of Chinese writing, making them not only spiritual tools but also vital records of the language and history of this ancient civilization. The oracle bones played a significant role in shaping the decisions of the ruling class, as they were seen as direct lines of communication to higher powers. Kings relied on these divinations to guide their actions, from military campaigns to agricultural planning. Over time, the practice became deeply intertwined with the cultural and political fabric of ancient China, reflecting the belief that the spiritual and earthly realms were deeply connected. Today, these artifacts serve as a bridge to understanding how ancient societies sought to navigate uncertainty and seek guidance from forces beyond their control. But while the oracle bones connected humans to the divine, another artifact from the ancient world was designed to protect them from darker forces. As we move forward, we'll uncover the secrets of an artifact steeped in mystery, one that was believed to ward off evil and safeguard its bearer from harm. This next relic offers a fascinating contrast to the oracle bones, revealing how ancient cultures sought not only to communicate with the spiritual world, but also to shield themselves from its dangers. The Eye of Horus, one of the most iconic symbols of ancient Egypt, carries with it a story as rich and fascinating as the civilization that birthed it. Known as the Wadjet, this symbol represents healing, protection, and the divine power of the pharaohs. But its origins are rooted in a tale of betrayal, struggle, and cosmic balance. According to myth, the Eye of Horus was torn apart during a fierce battle between Horus, the falcon-headed god of the sky, and his uncle Set, the god of chaos and storms. Horus sought to avenge his father Osiris, who had been murdered by Set, and in their epic clash, Horus lost his eye. Yet, through the intervention of Thoth, the god of wisdom and magic, the eye was magically restored. This act of restoration transformed the Eye of Horus into a powerful symbol of renewal and wholeness, a talisman believed to ward off evil and bring balance to those who wore it or invoked its power. The Eye of Horus wasn't just a spiritual emblem, it was deeply woven into the fabric of Egyptian life. It appeared on amulets, jewelry, and even the bows of ships, offering protection to sailors navigating the unpredictable Nile. Its significance extended to mathematics as well, where its fragmented parts were used to represent fractions, a testament to the Egyptians' ingenuity and their belief in the interconnectedness of the divine and the practical. Even today, the Eye of Horus endures as a symbol of protection and insight, appearing in modern jewelry, tattoos, and even popular media, bridging the ancient and the contemporary in a timeless legacy. But not all artifacts carry the promise of healing and balance. As we step away from the Eye of Horus, we encounter a relic steeped in a very different kind of power, one tied to destruction and chaos. The next artifact we explore will take us into a world where forces of upheaval reign supreme, challenging the very order that the Eye of Horus sought to preserve. The story of Pandora's box is one of the most enduring tales from Greek mythology, a cautionary narrative that has echoed through the ages. According to the myth, Pandora, the first woman created by the gods, was given a mysterious box, or in some versions, a jar, with strict instructions never to open it. But as curiosity got the better of her, she lifted the lid, releasing all the evils into the world: sickness, despair, greed, and countless other afflictions. Only one thing remained inside when she quickly closed it: hope. This myth serves as a powerful metaphor for the duality of human nature. On one hand, it warns of the dangers of unchecked curiosity and the unintended consequences of our actions. On the other, it offers a glimmer of optimism, suggesting that even in the darkest moments, hope persists as a beacon of resilience. But beyond its moral lessons, Pandora's box also reflects the complexities of the human condition. It's a reminder that we are all, in some way, driven by a desire to explore the unknown, even when we know the risks. This duality, curiosity and caution, destruction and hope, has made the myth resonate across cultures and generations. And while the box itself is often seen as a source of chaos, it also symbolizes the potential for renewal. After all, hope was left behind, waiting to be discovered when the world needed it most. Speaking of renewal, this brings us to another artifact steeped in symbolism, one that represents rebirth and the cyclical nature of life. Just as Pandora's box serves as a reminder of humanity's flaws and resilience, this next artifact offers a different perspective on transformation and the possibility of starting anew. The phoenix feather, one of the most enduring symbols of rebirth and immortality. This mythical artifact, plucked from the legendary bird that rises anew from its own ashes, carries a profound message of resilience and renewal. Across cultures, the phoenix has been revered as a beacon of hope, embodying the idea that even in the face of destruction, life can begin again. In ancient Egypt, the Bennu bird, often linked to the phoenix, was associated with the sun god Ra and the cycle of creation. Meanwhile, in Chinese mythology, the Feng Huang represents harmony and the balance of yin and yang, often depicted alongside the dragon as a symbol of power and renewal. The phoenix feather isn't just a symbol of survival, it's a testament to transformation. Imagine holding a feather that glows with the warmth of 1,000 sunrises, a reminder that no matter how dire the circumstances, there's always a chance to rise again. This artifact has inspired countless stories, from tales of heroes overcoming impossible odds to modern interpretations in literature and film. It's a universal metaphor for the human spirit's ability to endure and thrive, even after the darkest of times. But the phoenix feather isn't just about rebirth, it's also tied to the concept of immortality. In some legends, the feather is said to grant its bearer eternal life, a gift that comes with both blessings and burdens. Imagine the weight of living forever, watching the world change while you remain constant. It's a paradox that raises questions about what it truly means to live, to grow, and to let go. As we marvel at the phoenix feather's symbolism, let's turn our gaze to another celestial artifact, one tied to the moon and its enigmatic powers. Just as the phoenix represents the fiery rebirth of the sun, the moon has long been associated with mystery, intuition, and hidden forces. What could this next artifact reveal about the moon's influence on myths and magic? Stay with us as we uncover its secrets. From the celestial realm of the moon, we now turn our gaze to the Moonstone of Selene, a mysterious artifact steeped in the lore of ancient Greece. Linked to Selene, the goddess of the moon, this ethereal stone is said to possess the power to grant visions of the future and even manipulate the flow of time itself. Imagine holding a piece of the night sky in your hands, its surface shimmering like moonlight on water, whispering secrets of what lies ahead. According to myth, Selene herself is said to have carried the moonstone as she rode her silver chariot across the heavens, casting its luminous glow over the earth. The stone's powers were tied to the lunar cycles, growing stronger during the full moon and waning as the moon diminished. It was believed that those who meditated with the moonstone during a full moon could glimpse prophetic visions, while others claimed it allowed them to slow or accelerate time, though these abilities came with great risk. Legends tell of mortals who, intoxicated by the stone's power, lost themselves in endless loops of time or became trapped in their own visions, never to return. The moonstone also played a pivotal role in the rituals of ancient oracles and priestesses, who sought to harness its connection to the divine. It was said that only those pure of heart could wield its power without succumbing to its darker temptations. Even today, the moonstone remains a symbol of intuition, mystery, and the ever-changing nature of time. Its story reminds us of humanity's eternal fascination with the moon and its influence on our lives. As we leave the mysteries of the moon behind, our journey now takes us to the solid, grounding energy of the earth, where another artifact lies hidden, a treasure tied to the very soil beneath our feet, waiting to reveal its secrets. The Golden Fleece, one of the most iconic artifacts of Greek mythology, isn't just a symbol of wealth, it's a tale of ambition, betrayal, and divine intervention. According to legend, this gleaming fleece came from a magical ram sent by the gods to rescue two children from peril, but its story didn't end there. The fleece became a prize sought by heroes, most famously Jason and his band of Argonauts. Their quest wasn't just about claiming a treasure, it was a test of courage, cunning, and unity. The fleece, hung in a sacred grove and guarded by a dragon, represented not only material riches but also the divine right to rule. Possessing it was said to grant legitimacy to kingship, tying its power to the very fabric of leadership and destiny. What makes the Golden Fleece so fascinating is its dual nature. It's both a physical object and a metaphor for the ultimate prize, something so valuable that it drives mortals to undertake impossible journeys. Its origins are steeped in the mystical, from the ram's golden wool to its connection to Zeus himself, and yet its story is deeply human, filled with the kinds of struggles and triumphs that resonate even today. As we leave the realm of earthly treasures, let's turn our gaze upward, to the sky where another artifact holds sway over the stars themselves. This celestial relic tied to the heavens carries its own mysteries and powers, bridging the gap between the mortal world and the cosmos. Its story awaits as grand and enigmatic as the constellations above. The story of Icarus is one of the most enduring myths in Greek mythology, a tale of soaring ambition and tragic downfall. Icarus, the son of the master craftsman Daedalus, was given a pair of wings made from feathers and wax to escape the labyrinth of Crete. His father warned him not to fly too close to the sun, but Icarus, overcome by the thrill of flight and his own youthful arrogance, ignored the advice. As he soared higher, the wax melted and he plummeted into the sea, a stark reminder of the dangers of unchecked ambition and the perils of overreaching. The wings of Icarus have become a powerful symbol, not just of human ingenuity and the desire to transcend limits, but also of the fine line between aspiration and hubris. It's a cautionary tale that resonates across cultures and time, urging us to balance our dreams with humility and wisdom. The story challenges us to ask, how far is too far? When does ambition become recklessness? These questions remain as relevant today as they were in ancient times. But while the wings of Icarus represent the dangers of reaching too high, our next artifact takes us to the opposite extreme, a descent into the depths of the underworld where shadows and secrets reign. This artifact is tied to a realm of darkness, mystery, and power, offering a stark contrast to the bright, burning skies of Icarus's story. What lies beneath the surface, hidden from the light, might just be more chilling than any fall from grace. The Helm of Darkness, often referred to as the Cap of Invisibility, is one of the most intriguing artifacts in Greek mythology. Crafted for Hades, the god of the underworld, this mystical helmet granted its wearer the power to vanish from sight, becoming utterly invisible to gods and mortals alike. But its significance goes far beyond mere stealth. In the myths, the Helm of Darkness symbolizes the unseen forces that govern life and death, a reminder of the mysteries that lie beyond the veil of the mortal world. Hades used this artifact not just to move unseen through the realms of the living and the dead, but also to assert his authority over the shadowy underworld. It became a tool of both protection and power, allowing him to navigate the complexities of his domain without interference. The helm's connection to invisibility also reflects the elusive nature of death itself, something that can't be seen, yet is always present, shaping the fate of all living beings. But what's truly fascinating is how the Helm of Darkness ties into the broader themes of Greek mythology. It represents the balance between light and shadow, life and death, visibility and the unknown. Hades, often misunderstood as a purely dark figure, actually plays a crucial role in maintaining this balance, ensuring that the cycle of life and death continues uninterrupted. The helm, then, isn't just a symbol of his power, it's a testament to the intricate interplay between the seen and unseen forces that define existence. And speaking of light, this shadowy artifact leads us to a stark contrast, a symbol of radiance and vitality. From the depths of the underworld, we now turn our attention to something tied to the sun, the source of all life and energy. But more on that in just a moment. As we journey further into the realm of mythical artifacts, we find ourselves gazing skyward at one of the most radiant and awe-inspiring creations of ancient mythology, the solar chariot of Apollo. This legendary vehicle, driven by the god of light himself, was said to carry the sun across the heavens each day, bringing warmth, illumination, and life to the world below. But the solar chariot is more than just a celestial mode of transportation. It's a profound symbol of enlightenment, truth, and the boundless power of creativity. In Greek mythology, Apollo wasn't just the god of the sun, he was also the patron of music, poetry, and the arts. The chariot, with its blazing golden wheels and fiery horses, became a metaphor for the journey of inspiration. Just as the sun rises and sets, artists and thinkers have long drawn parallels between the chariot's daily voyage and the cyclical nature of creative energy. It's as if the chariot's light doesn't just illuminate the earth, but also ignites the spark of imagination in those who look to the skies. The solar chariot also carries a deeper, more universal message about the pursuit of truth. In many myths, Apollo is associated with prophecy and clarity, often revealing hidden knowledge to mortals. The chariot's relentless path across the sky serves as a reminder that truth, like the sun, is constant and unwavering even when clouds obscure its brilliance. This duality of light and shadow, clarity and mystery, makes the chariot a timeless emblem of both human aspiration and divine insight. But as the sun sets on our exploration of Apollo's chariot, we turn our attention to the stars, those distant, shimmering guides that have captivated humanity for millennia. Just as the sun's journey shapes our days, the stars have long been seen as cosmic forces influencing fate, destiny, and the very fabric of existence. And among these celestial wonders lies another artifact, one that bridges the gap between myth and the vast, unknowable expanse of the universe. Its story is one of cosmic power and the secrets whispered by the night sky. Imagine a time when the night sky wasn't just a canvas of twinkling lights, but a guidebook, a map etched in stars. This brings us to the 22nd artifact on our list, the star map of the ancients. These celestial maps, crafted by civilizations long gone, were far more than mere drawings. They were tools of survival, navigation, and prophecy, intertwining the practical with the mystical. Ancient cultures, from the Polynesians to the Babylonians, relied on these star maps to traverse vast oceans and deserts. The Polynesians, for instance, used the positions of stars to chart their course across the Pacific, a feat that still boggles the mind. Meanwhile, the Babylonians meticulously recorded celestial movements, linking them to omens and divine messages. These maps weren't just about getting from point A to point B. They were about understanding the universe itself. But the star map of the ancients goes beyond navigation. In myth, these celestial charts often held deeper meanings. For many cultures, the stars were the dwelling places of gods and heroes. The Greeks saw Orion, the hunter, immortalized in the night sky, while the Maya believed the Milky Way was the pathway to the underworld. These maps, then, were not just scientific tools but sacred texts, connecting humanity to the cosmos in ways that blurred the line between science and spirituality. What makes these artifacts truly fascinating is their enduring mystery. How did ancient peoples without modern technology create such precise celestial guides? Some theories suggest they had access to knowledge or tools now lost to time. Others propose that their understanding of the heavens was so profound it rivaled or even surpassed our own. Either way, the star map of the ancients serves as a humbling reminder of how much we still have to learn about the universe and our place within it. And speaking of the universe's mysteries, our next artifact takes us from the vastness of the stars to the raw, primal forces of the elements. Get ready to uncover a relic tied to the very building blocks of the world, a story of fire, water, earth, and air, and the power they hold. The 23rd artifact takes us into the realm of the elemental forces that shape our world, the elemental stones. These 4 mythical stones, each representing earth, air, fire, and water, have long been revered as embodiments of the fundamental building blocks of existence. In ancient alchemy, they were seen not just as physical objects but as keys to unlocking the secrets of the universe. The earth stone, often depicted as a deep, unyielding green, symbolized stability and grounding. The air stone, shimmering like a clear sky, represented thought, freedom, and the intangible. The fire stone, glowing with an inner light, stood for transformation and passion. And the water stone, smooth and fluid, embodied emotion, intuition, and adaptability. Together, these stones were believed to hold the power to create balance and harmony, both in the natural world and within the human spirit. Alchemists sought to harness their energies, weaving them into their practices to achieve enlightenment or even immortality. But the elemental stones weren't just tools for transformation, they were also profound symbols. They reminded their wielders of the interconnectedness of all things, the delicate dance of forces that sustain life. And while these stones were deeply tied to the physical elements, their true power lay in their ability to mirror the inner world of the human soul. Each stone reflected a part of our own nature, urging us to find equilibrium within ourselves. As we explore the mysteries of the elemental stones, it's impossible not to wonder, what artifact could possibly bridge the gap between the physical elements and the intangible essence of the human spirit? That's a question that leads us to our next artifact, a relic that doesn't just represent the elements but embodies the very core of who we are. The Philosopher's Mirror stands as one of the most enigmatic artifacts in mythology, a tool of profound introspection and revelation. Unlike ordinary mirrors that reflect only the surface, this mythical object is said to pierce through illusions, showing the viewer not just their outer appearance, but their innermost essence, their true self. Legends describe it as a gateway to understanding one's destiny, a portal to the soul's deepest truths. It's no wonder that this artifact has been sought by philosophers, mystics, and seekers of enlightenment throughout history. In many myths, gazing into the Philosopher's Mirror is both a blessing and a trial, as it forces the viewer to confront their flaws, fears, and hidden potential. The mirror's origins are shrouded in mystery, with tales placing it in the hands of ancient sages, divine beings, and even lost civilizations. Some stories suggest it was crafted by a celestial blacksmith, imbued with the power to reveal the threads of fate woven into every individual. Others claim it was a gift from the gods, designed to guide humanity towards self-awareness and spiritual growth. Across cultures, the mirror's symbolism remains consistent. It represents the journey of self-discovery, the quest to understand who we are and where we're meant to go. But the Philosopher's Mirror isn't just a tool for personal reflection, it's also tied to the concept of destiny. In some legends, those who look into it are shown visions of their future, glimpses of the paths they might take. These visions aren't always comforting. They can be warnings, challenges, or calls to action. The mirror doesn't promise an easy road, but it does offer clarity, a chance to align one's actions with their true purpose. It's a reminder that self-knowledge is the first step toward transformation, a theme that resonates deeply in myths across the world. As we consider the transformative power of the Philosopher's Mirror, it's impossible not to wonder, what would we see if we gazed into its surface? Would we find the courage to face our truths, or would we turn away from the revelations it offers? This artifact challenges us to look inward, to confront the complexities of our own nature. And yet, as we ponder the mirror's mysteries, another artifact looms on the horizon, one tied not to self-discovery but to the end of all things. The Philosopher's Mirror reveals the individual's destiny, but the next artifact we'll explore speaks of a collective fate, a vision of the world's ultimate end. In the shadowy realms of Norse mythology, where gods and giants clash in epic battles, there exists an artifact that embodies the very essence of cataclysm and renewal, the Horn of Ragnarok. This ancient instrument, often associated with the god Heimdall, is said to herald the beginning of Ragnarok, the prophesied end of the world. But this isn't just any end, it's a transformative event, a cosmic reset that paves the way for a new era. The Horn of Ragnarok isn't merely a tool of destruction. It's a symbol of the cyclical nature of existence, where endings are inseparable from beginnings. According to legend, when Heimdall blows the horn, its piercing sound echoes across the 9 realms, calling the gods, giants, and all beings to the final battle. This isn't just a call to arms, it's a signal that the old order is collapsing, making way for something new. In the myth of Ragnarok, the world is consumed by chaos, the sun darkens, the seas rise, and even the great world tree, Yggdrasil, trembles. Yet, from this devastation, a new world emerges, fertile and teeming with life. The Horn of Ragnarok, then, isn't just a harbinger of doom. It's a reminder that destruction and rebirth are 2 sides of the same cosmic coin. What makes this artifact so compelling is its timeless resonance. The idea of cycles of endings that birth new beginnings is a theme that transcends cultures and eras. It's reflected in natural phenomena like the changing of seasons, the rise and fall of civilizations, and even in our personal lives. The Horn of Ragnarok, with its dual role as a destroyer and a catalyst for renewal, taps into this universal truth, making it a powerful symbol that continues to captivate our imagination. As we reflect on the enduring allure of mythical artifacts like the Horn of Ragnarok, it's clear that their power lies not just in their stories but in what they reveal about us. They remind us of our fascination with the unknown, our desire to make sense of the chaos around us, and our enduring hope that even in the face of destruction, there's always the possibility of renewal. These artifacts, though rooted in ancient myths, continue to speak to us, bridging the gap between the past and the present, the mythical and the real. As we reach the end of our journey through these 25 mythical artifacts, it's impossible not to feel the weight of their stories. Each one, from the elusive Holy Grail to the thunderous Mjölnir, carries a thread of something universal, something deeply human. These artifacts aren't just objects of legend, they are mirrors reflecting our desires, fears, and dreams. The pursuit of power, the longing for immortality, the quest for justice. These themes echo across cultures and centuries, reminding us that myth is more than fiction. It's a shared language, a way to make sense of the world and our place within it. What makes these artifacts so enduring isn't just their mysterious powers, but the stories they've inspired. They've shaped heroes, ignited wars, and sparked the imagination of countless generations. Even today, they continue to captivate us, appearing in books, movies, and even modern-day folklore. They remind us that the line between myth and reality is often blurred, and that the lessons they teach about ambition, morality, and the consequences of wielding power are as relevant now as they were thousands of years ago. But this isn't just a look back at the past. These myths invite us to ask questions about our own lives. What artifacts would we create if we could? What powers would we seek? And what price would we be willing to pay? The beauty of mythology is that it doesn't just tell us about the world, it asks us to imagine new ones, and that's where you come in. We want to hear your thoughts. Which of these artifacts resonated with you the most? Do you have a favorite myth or legend that wasn't covered here? Let us know in the comments below. Your insights keep the magic of these stories alive. If this journey through myth and mystery has sparked your curiosity, don't stop here. Subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into the wonders of mythology, history, and the stories that shape us. Together, we can keep exploring the extraordinary, uncovering the secrets of the past, and finding inspiration for the future. Because the magic of these artifacts isn't just in their legends, it's in how they move us, challenge us, and remind us of the endless possibilities of the human spirit. Let's keep that magic alive. See you in the next adventure.